Let's also talk about Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2. Number of questions from this game, and I'm throwing them at Alan, and you can join in as well. 03717223344. Okay, the William Saliba handball, the penalty, the first goal. Listen, we could do a Sam Matterface, and we could just read out the law book, but the way I like to do it, and I'm so refreshed, it's exactly the same way you like to do it. It's more of a common sense approach. What should be the law? What feels right? What does it feel like it should be a penalty or not? If you show a still of that, it looks like a penalty all day long. But in the speed of the action, should that be a penalty?
Well, me and Sam said it a little bit about it, and my view is that unnatural arm movement, I have a problem with that whole concept, because unnatural arm movement is very difficult to assess. I've coached players for 30 years, and whenever they're defending, when they're throwing their bodies around, when they're trying to get a block in, when they're unbalanced and they have to get back on balance, their arms are always in unnatural positions. But it's not until actually the ball hits it that it does look unnatural, right? And Saliba goes up in that position, and he's literally trying to head the ball, and it hits his arm. Now, okay, as the rule stands, it's a penalty, and I get that. I've got no problem with that. But it's the rule that we need to change. These handballs are making it really, it's almost like the Chelsea fan, and fans are not stupid. They're smart people, right? Every Chelsea fan in that stadium was up when it hit his hand. They know. They put the referees under pressure. He's going to be in a terrible position. It's hit someone's hand. He's going to give it. So there you go. So there's a lot of questions around that, and I'm sure there's lots of theories and lots of other people's opinions. That's my opinion. Want your opinion as well. And also David Raya didn't have a comfortable evening. Robert Sanchez didn't either. But David Raya and Mikel Arteta has talked about rotating goalkeepers, even substituting goalkeepers mid-game as well. Aaron Ramsdale wasn't on the bench yesterday. His wife, Georgina, was giving birth to a baby boy, so congratulations to them. Yeah. Health and happiness, long time to years. Absolutely fantastic news for them. But he will be back, and he'll want his place back as well. David Raya did not look comfortable at times yesterday on the ball. Got away with one where Cole Palmer probably should have scored. I think that would have made it 3-1, I'm not sure. But I wonder if Arsenal fans are just going with it because Arteta is seen as some sort of god at the football club because he took them to second place last year. Or is David Raya really the main man in goal at Arsenal, the undisputed number one? What's your thoughts on that? Well, there's a few things I think in that story. One is the goalkeeper coach used to have Raya, right, at Arsenal, at Brentford. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
So he's in the manager's ear. He obviously thinks that Raya must be better. Otherwise, why would they buy him? So they haven't bought him as number two. They bought him because he probably thinks if you're going to play out from the back and you want to play a more kind of Man City type game and you're going to let the goalkeeper kind of be a bit of a quarterback, right, then Raya's your man. And I think Arteta, is going to stick with that because that's obviously the road he wants to go down. But having said that, you've got a top goalie behind him who perhaps, would argue that he's just as good with his feet, right? But he's, in his opinion, probably thinks he's a better goalkeeper. So he's pressure. He's sitting there and all the fans are going, And that's the problem when you've got two number ones, really, that actually you're going to get out. You're going to get more pressure from the media and the fans coming on you as a manager. And then Arteta's going to have some tough calls down the line here. Is he going to start interchanging them? Is he going to, for example, if you come up against a high pressing team, maybe you might not play Raya. Maybe,
That's so when we'll know, yeah.
Yeah, so there's little things like that might give us some clues, but it's a tough call. And I feel for both those goalies. I've had many goalkeeper situations where the number two is desperate to be the number one, and it can cause a little bit of friction in that goalkeeping camp, that goalkeeper union, and I know the guys are listed in some of them, so they'll know what I mean. But it's uneasy. It makes everybody a little bit uneasy.
I want very, very quick answers on these. Ideally, one-word answers. Did Mudryk mean to shoot?
No.
Okay, I think he did. Declan Rice, his goal. For me, it looks like he's kicking a ball into an empty net, so that should be easy for every professional footballer, right?
No.